What up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? What is good? What it do? What it is? What it ain't? What it won't? You guys already know it is time for another Thursday night with me, Tech King Mike. Good to see you all here this evening. Good to be here this evening. Hope everybody had a good day. It's Friday Junior, as you know. We start off Thursdays, trying to get through the day so you can get to that glorious Friday. We got your folks, your homegirls, the tech preceding me at the 7 p.m. Eastern, and then I wrap it on up with a nice little bow on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock. Y'all know how I do, how we get down, and how it gets busy. So tonight, we're going to talk about a few things. I got a couple things in the title. We'll talk about some stuff. And just really going to go from there and just chill tonight. You guys know how we do. So just shout out the chat. First and foremost, let's see who's in the mix, who's in the building. I see my man's Jason C is in the building. What's good? Tech King Mike on the budget. Yada, yada, and stream. My man's Barry Johnson. What's up with your brother, Barry? How you doing? How you doing, sir? Shay, Queen of Steeler Nation, Kennedy. What's up, Shay Kennedy? How you doing tonight? Genosis. What's up with your brother? How you doing? Hey, one of the homegirls of Tech. She said, we in here. Yes, we is. What's up with you, Gigi? How you doing tonight? My man's Holla at Your Boy is in the building. Don't forget, tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, you can catch all the crew and the usual suspects on the ignorant hours over on this man's channel. My man's been dropping that heat. Make sure you go check him out, subscribe, show him some love, all that good jazzy stuff. Y'all know how we do. Go on and go do it. Go on and go do it. Like, go do it right now and then come back to the stream and let me know that you did it, all right? Let's see. We got my man's Big John Tech Reviews is in the building. What's up with you, Big John? Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well with you. And let's see. Stacy Ransby is in the building. What's up with you, Stacy? Good to see you, sir. Money Mark. What's up with you, Money Mark? Money Mark Coleman is in the building. And that's pretty much it. Everybody else just talking amongst themselves and everything like that. So let's go on ahead and jump right into it. First and foremost, I want to apologize to you guys tonight. I am a little tired, and yeah, I am a little tired. I had the urge to take a nap earlier because I've been nursing a headache since like 4 o'clock. But I didn't take a nap because I knew if I took the nap, I'd have a hard time getting up to do the stream. So I just said I'm gonna power through it and I'll take the nap later when the stream is over with, or go to bed since it'll be 10 o'clock. So sorry if I seem a little low on energy, but hey, it's all good. We in here. Tech Valor, the other homegirl of Tech, is in the building. What's up with you, Tech Valor? How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, GadgetChats is shouting out the chat and the crew, just like Barry and everybody. But yeah, man. So it has been a pretty interesting week in tech. There has not been a lot going on in tech this week. I mean, we had Google I/O. Let's see what else do we have going on this week. We had Google I/O. We had Clubhouse came to Android. Not necessarily this week, but recently. And been a lot of leaks. We had the embargo lifted on the iPad Pro M1, on the M1 IMAX 24-inch was also lifted. And there's just a few things that have been going on this week. So I am still recapping Google I/O. My main thing that I took away from Google I/O that I wanted to talk about tonight was Android 12. From what I have seen, Android 12 looks to be pretty dope. I mean, my man's Bionic Scoop is in the building. Hello, Scoop. I will not say your first name for the fact that I am fearful of your evil bastardry. So I will just say hello there, Sir Scoop. But yeah, so Android 12, the beta is out for those that have it, and I believe it's available to download Pixel users or whatever. And it looks pretty cool. It looks like a nice update, refresh. It looks a lot cleaner. I mean, not to say Android wasn't already clean, but it does look really interesting and really nice as far as the overall aesthetic of it. I like that Google is continuing to push some lifestyle changes in Android. I think that is really nice that they are continuing to push. Like there's a commercial that we were talking about earlier this week in another stream about the crash. Someone had a car crash and the Pixel detected the crash, called, for 911. There's also, I believe I heard Barry mention this a couple of times this week, that there's the camera can help to detect things like, skin cancer and stuff like that. So I think Google, I've said this before. I said this when I got my first Pixel, the Pixel 4a 5G. I said this when I got that phone, and I'm going to say it again because I really feel like it rings truer now, that I think the ecosystem that Apple has built, right? The ecosystem that Apple has built is an ecosystem of productivity and function, the way everything works together. But I think Google is building an ecosystem for the everyday person. I think Google's idea of an ecosystem between their Nest and many other things that they have that they push out is, oh Jesus. I'm okay. I'm not even I'm not even gonna mess with the detective tonight. Detective, do your work. Do your work and do your work. I hope you solve the case. But like I said, I think that Google is I think Google is making a nice little ecosystem that people can rely on as far as like their personal lives and like things that they can depend on. It's one thing to say that you have a watch, right? In the Apple Watch. It's one thing to say that the Apple Watch has fall detection. It's another for your phone to have those types of detections. You know what I'm saying? Like it's another for your phone to be able to pick up on the things that you wish that your watch, like you don't have to have a watch to do, if I'm making any kind of sense. My man Tech Twan is in the building. What up with you, Tech Twan? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Tech Twan B unboxing channel. Mark said the usual: work, school, body, and LaShawn and ending YouTube careers. Mark is out here. I ain't mad at it. Mark is out here. So that's Android 12 looks like it's gonna be pretty dope. Pretty excited to see it. And I'm excited to see the Pixel 6 and the 6 Pro. I mean, we talked about it before. My man Ivan Cam, what's up with you? Big money, Ivan Cam. What's up, Brody? We talked about the Pixel 6 and the Pixel Pro, I believe, last week, but more renders are coming out, more images are coming out, and I've seen some of the specs, and I've seen the screen size is rumored to be right around 6.67 or 6.63 inches. I gotta say, if that comes to pass, that's gonna be an instant cop, because my one complaint about the Pixel was the fact that it just was a little bit too small for me. I like that middle ground between like 6.5 and like a Mate 20X at like 7.2. That middle ground in there is what works really well for me and my usage, because I'm not a hardcore media consumption person on my phone. I generally will save a lot of that for I'll save a lot of that from when I get home and get on the computer, or when I get, in front. We got a smart TV, so I tend to look at YouTube and stuff like that up front. So that's usually when I'll do that. But for the most part, when I am occasionally watching video on my phone, I like the fact that I have a 6-point-inch screen or bigger. So I hope the Pixel 6 Pro comes out and impresses me the way that it looks like it's going to be, because it looks like it's going to be really nice, especially because the way the Fold 3 is lining up, which that's one of the devices that I was low-key hoping for and waiting on, it doesn't look like it's going to be that impressive. So I don't know, man. Like right now, the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro are the only two devices that I can think of aside from the iPhone 13, which from everything that I've seen about that, man, Savage Sciences is in the building. Salute to the governor. What up with you, Savage? The only thing that I can see that's going to change about that is they're talking about shrinking the notch a little bit, and they're talking about making the camera sensors bigger, which to me just means that we're just going to get bigger, lenses on the back of this. Like, I'm not really sure if I want that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really sure if I want bigger lenses or whatever. Like, it's already big enough as it is. So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But one thing I do know is I am not saying what I am or am not getting. I am just saying what I'm interested in. The detective has found him. Okay, this should be interesting. This should get fun really, really quick. So let's also talk about another topic of the evening involving Android. Clubhouse on Android, man. So I don't use Clubhouse like that anymore. When Clubhouse first came out, it took a while before I finally jumped into it, but Clubhouse lost its luster really quick, and so did Twitter Spaces. Both of them are interesting and they're cool, but unless you are truly making money off of them, like unless you are truly making money, like you're in a Clubhouse room and you're networking with people to where that networking is going to produce money in your pocket, or it's going to produce another stream of income, or it's going to add to your business, whatever you want to say. I don't think Clubhouse or Twitter Spaces is worth it, in my opinion, because I feel like all it is just a waste of time. It's just literally people talking and having conversations, and it's like, what are we really doing here other than just spending time walking around holding the phone, having a big ass conference call? That's all it feels like to me. It's just a big ass conference call. Now I know there are people out there like LB, shout out to LB, that they've made some amazing connections off of Twitter Spaces and Clubhouse. This fool said the alligator elbow skin in the parking lot, and the parking lot was a key clue. I'm done. I can't deal with this tonight. Some filed a missing persons report after being, oh my God. Oh man. Oh God. Anyway. So, but I heard some people, there was a conversation, and I actually heard this on YouTube today. I was looking at a YouTube video about it. And apparently there was this Clubhouse room that was dedicated to talking about how the riffraff or whatever was coming into Clubhouse now. And I was like, the riffraff, like I'm looking at the video like, well, what do they mean by the riffraff? And essentially they were speaking about the, what's the word I'm looking for? Android users. So Android users were joining in, and I kind of took that and I was just like, I don't feel like it's that serious. And I think Clubhouse starting on iPhone in a way furthered this whole divide of iPhone is better. iPhone is better in every single way. And if you use an iPhone, you're better. I just don't get it anymore, man. Like I really don't. I use the iPhone because I have group conversations with family and friends that iMessage. It just works better. There's no way to get around it. But I also carry an Android phone because I prefer Android over iOS. It is what it is. But I don't think any app that's exclusive to the iPhone makes it a better overall system, a better overall device, or a better overall experience than Android. And I think anybody who thinks like that needs to grow up, because it's not that serious. So Genosis said, if Clubhouse Spaces had a desktop option, I'd actually be interested in it. Now that would be different. Yeah, that would be different. But I've seen people, and I'm not taking shots. So if anybody thinks I'm trying to take a shot, hey, ain't no alcohol over here. I'm not taking no shots. But I've seen people that have went and bought microphones to connect to their phone so that they can sound better on Twitter Spaces and Clubhouse. I've seen people that, have upgraded. I literally saw someone on Twitter when Clubhouse was like at its peak as far as like people genuinely going in about it. And I saw somebody on Twitter that said that they had an iPhone SE 2020 and that was all the iPhone that they needed. But because they were on Clubhouse almost every day, they went and upgraded to a 12 Pro Max. And I'm like, I remember looking at the tweet and thinking to myself, so you traded a small iPhone for a big iPhone, but they still do the same thing, dipshit. Like, you do know that, right? You do know that you're not using the extra cameras on Clubhouse. You're not using the extra screen real estate on Clubhouse. You're just literally plugging up your headphones and talking. And it was just like, it's not that serious. Like, people really and truly are taking this like it's crazy to me. Ivan Cam said, I said that from the get-go. I hate being on conference calls at work. That's why I just couldn't do Clubhouse. Exact same thing. Facts. It's the exact same thing. If somebody was to say, hey, let's have a conference call between me, everybody on Wired Wednesday, and everybody who comes through the ignorant hours on Friday night, it's the same thing as a Clubhouse room. It's just we all just going to be sitting somewhere holding the phone, listening the same way we would if we was doing a Clubhouse. It's the same shit. I'm not even going to read that. iPhone is better, and if you use the iPhone, you are better. Stop it, Mark. Stop it, Mark. Let's see. Just the dual screen, not the phone. Tech One, what you talking about? What you talking about, Tech One? Did I miss something? What Tech One say? Tech One, I missed what Tech One said. Let's see. GG said, so many upgrades for such a little device. Let me see. Savage Scientist GoFundMe for Jergens. You know, I'm willing to contribute to that. Battery. I understand bigger battery, but it just doesn't feel like I don't get it. To me, I don't get it. That person had a reason for it, so kudos to them. But to me, it doesn't make any sense because unless you got a pair of AirPods or unless you got some type of wireless headset that you're using, you can't charge the bigger battery unless you're either staying right next to a wireless charger or you have a super duper long cord or long cable or something like that. So when I upgrade, that's going to be my reason. I upgraded for that better Twitter experience. Hey, if that's, hey, Jason, I can't be mad at that, man. Can't be mad at that. Look at 914. Okay. Let's see. Look at 914. I'm looking at 914. I don't see anything, Tecton. Unless you were talking about the stream, in which case I will go back and look at it when the stream is over with, because I can't go back in time right now, unfortunately. But anyway, so Clubhouse is on Android now. I know some people who still haven't even messed with it. I know folks that are real heavy on Clubhouse. A friend of mine, she's a chef, and she runs a room on there, a club on Clubhouse that's like really big with like foodies and stuff like that. You know, like black chefs and people of that. So I know that she is really heavy on there, but I don't know, man. It just never really stuck out to me as something worth jumping into. It's a lot of clout chasing as well. It's a lot of clout chasing. A lot of clout chasing on Twitter too. There's a lot of people chasing clout on Twitter in the name of Twitter Spaces and Clubhouse. So me personally, you know, I'm not working right now, but I still try to keep myself busy. You're not going to catch Mike in the middle of the day saying I'm bored. Let me do a Twitter Space or something like that, or let me do a Clubhouse room. Like that's not. I occupy myself in other ways. Kenny Man, what's up with you, Kenny Man? Kenny Man can. What's up with you, Kenny Man? So Clubhouse is on Android now. Whatever, cool. I guess so. Let's talk about this thing for a second. All right. So I got a video that's going to be dropping on this tomorrow. I let the crew see it, and the crew gave some nice constructive criticism and feedback. So at the behest of you know, I got the live stream today, and then I'm dropping the video tomorrow. I was going to just do members only, but I'm going to go ahead and just make it a live video so everybody will be able to see it. So made some adjustments to it, and we'll be putting that out tomorrow. So probably before noon, that video will be available. It all depends on if I'm not on my ass in the morning, just because I already feel like I'm going to be knocked out from this doggone shot because I've been fighting the nap all day. So we'll see how this goes. Isaac Diaz is in the building. What up with you, Isaac? What up with you? Big Mig said, Me Mafia. Tech Valor said, Axon M unboxing. We have the Axon M right here. I don't have the box. I threw the box away because my dog decided to mess the box up. So we can talk about the first folding phone. We can talk about that if you guys want to talk about that. After we talk about the Me Mafia, the Me Gang. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about this phone here. So I have a Mint Mobile SIM card in it, right? And I said that I like to carry an Android and an iPhone. So what I've been doing is there's a number in here that almost everybody has, but I've been slowly giving out this other number because I wanted to kind of like make sure I just wanted to make sure that I wanted to like balance it. You know, I didn't want to keep going back to the iPhone for everything. Somebody who's really good at that would be GadgetChats. I don't know how the hell she balances 3 different lines, but that's her. So, one thing that I decided to do was I took the SIM out of my Ultra and I'm putting it in here. So I'm going to be using this thing for the preceding, you know, future. I mean, I have no plans of doing any kind of return or anything on this because I really and truly like this phone. And plus, I got it from Big Migs, so shout out to Big Migs for the hookup. But the face on, I don't know if y'all caught that. Like first and foremost, this thing, these super wallpapers are so dope to me. I don't know why. Like, I wish that Samsung and other manufacturers did this, but the super wallpapers are dope. Normally, when I get a device, I'll customize it my own way and put like my own wallpapers and stuff on it. But these super wallpapers are so freaking clutch. Not to mention how fast the face unlock is. Like, I'm trying not to look at the phone, but look at that. Like, I'm not even really looking at the phone. I'm gonna look at the monitor, and then I'm gonna look over at the camera. So let's look at the monitor. Crazy to me. Like the face unlock on this thing is insane. And I understand, Mark, you need to stop hating. Mark, stop hating. All right. Mark, we all know that you secretly love Android. Mark probably got a whole drawer over there full of Androids that he don't talk about. That's why he hate on them so much. Mark, you're just mad there's no Apple head Mafia. Nah, yeah, I was about to say there's no Apple head. They just Apple sheet. Migs, there you go. Migs said it. They just the sheet. That's just Apple sheet. He said Mark don't get snatched up Queen style. Y'all tripping, man. But nah, like the Mi 11 is truly a dope phone. Like the camera is a lot better than I expected it to be. And that's mainly because I'm used to Huawei cameras when it comes to import devices, but these cameras are really good. I can't really tell a difference in my experience, and I don't claim to be a camera person. I don't claim to act like I'm a camera person. I let other people do that. But between the 108 megapixel on this one and the 108 megapixel on this one, I don't really see a difference like that. Like I don't see that big of a difference to where I feel like, oh, Samsung is better. No, I feel like they're both kind of neck and neck. They're both the same to me. Another thing, which this has been a topic of discussion lately when it comes to the 888, two things about this phone that I have not experienced with the OnePlus 9 Pro when I had it and with the S21 Ultra I got over here, which is battery life is amazing on this thing. And this thing has not gotten hot yet. Like I have not had a point where I have had this thing in my hand feel like, man, I'm really using the hell out of this phone, even when it's on the charger. And mind you, don't forget, it comes with this charger right here. It comes with the 65 watt charger. You guys can't see. Yeah, there you go. Comes with the 65 watt fast charger. So even using the charger, I still have not had a moment where I was like, man, this phone feels really hot while I'm using it. So I don't know, man. Like this thing is truly something serious. And it's refreshing because with Huawei, my concern with Huawei, the last Huawei device that I had before Huawei basically got shafted by the US government was the Mate 20 Pro. And I also tried the Mate 20X for a little bit, but it was just too big of a phone. It felt like I had a tablet in my pocket. But the Mate 20 Pro was the last one. I literally sold it, and I think that phone, I sold it on a Friday, and then that Sunday is when it basically hit like, oh man, like we're not going to get, any more Google services or whatever on Huawei devices. And I'm sorry, the P30 Pro was the last one that I had. And that was 2019. So going from that phone to this one, I knew imports kind of tend to run the same, but I'm really impressed with what I'm getting out of the Mi 11 from Huawei being the only imports I've ever tried. I'm going to get a Mi so I can review it and give it the proper review. Mark, do it. Mark, I already watch your content and be cracking up at your intro, but I would love to watch that video. So please do it. Art Dog said, I think that's the best overall deal you'll find on a flagship phone. Mark, facts. I mean, Art Dog, it's facts. It's facts, Art Dog. Like I said, and I said this, I said this in my video, but I'm gonna say it again. When you have something like this, 108 megapixel camera, costs as much as it does, yeah, it's a nice device and the build quality and everything is on point. But when it's over $1,000 starting off, and then you got this one here coming well under $1,000 with the same type of specs. I mean, you got the macro camera, 108 megapixel wide, ultra wide. Like you got pretty much the same similar camera specs because the wide angle on the S21 Ultra turns into a macro camera. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Let's go, Mark. Welcome to the Me Mafia. Facts, man. Like I want to see Mark do it. When are you gonna do a non-70-cent super chat dance for Gigi? Not tonight. Let me say, I dare you, Mark. The P30 Pro was a nice phone. It was. I had the Aurora Blue, and it was a really dope phone. I really enjoyed the hell out of that phone. I took a lot of pictures with that phone too. Digital Slang, what's up with you? And that's the thing, man. Like when I look at pictures that are still in my Google Photos library, and I look at what I got from a Huawei device versus what I have now, like I'm not, like it's not necessarily to say like Huawei is just that much better, but for me, I do feel like imports have been crushing it camera wise for such a long time. Scoop, I answered her already. Stop yelling at me. I said not tonight. Moving on. So that's the biggest thing for me. And then with the whole Leica leaving Huawei and going to Xiaomi, it's like, man, are we going to get to see like Xiaomi doing that? Not the variable aperture. That's what Samsung does. With Xiaomi doing that thing with the lens, making it kind of like the iris, like the eye or whatever. Like throw that Leica, that Leica software behind it and everything into it. And man, like I would like to see what Leica is going to do with Xiaomi. Like I would like to see what Leica and Xiaomi are going to do, because I think Xiaomi has already been keeping up with Huawei. Like they've already been keeping up with Huawei with Leica. So you just add the two of them together. I don't get the Hasselblad vibes. I don't get the whole, Hasselblad. Like I don't get those vibes from Leica and Xiaomi. I get more of a, hey, we're going to have a nice partnership and we're going to give you some fire ass cameras on some phones. And I don't think the price is going to go up, which makes it even more like awesome to me. I don't think the price is going to go up. Let's see. The protection is in the drawer, Migs. I like carrying it bucket naked. I like the phone bucket naked. I have a Rhino Shield case that should be here tomorrow. Hopefully it'll get here before we leave. Me and Alexis will be enjoying the evening tomorrow, spending some time together. So hopefully it'll get here before we leave. But yeah, I have a Rhino Shield case that should be coming for it. I got one with the bear on the back of it because I'm Papa Bear in the house. So I thought it was pretty cool. Might be a little corny to y'all, but I thought it was cool. I'm Papa Bear. The dog is the Nala Bear, and she's Mama Bear, and we have baby T Bear. So I am pretty excited about that. So tomorrow evening, we will be spending some quality time together. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. So Genosis said, is Sammy still doing the variable aperture? Genosis, I don't know if Sammy's still doing it. I know what Sammy is still doing. Let me see if y'all can hear this. Let me cut the mic up a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't get too loud. I don't know. Can y'all hear that? Like, Samsung is still doing this whole thing where, let me cut it back down. They are still doing this whole thing where the camera is loose until you actively start using the camera. And I think that's trash. I'm sorry. I think that's complete trash. Like, there's no reason why any phone over $1,000 damn should be when you're shaking it in any way, shape, or form until you actively use the camera and then it stops. I'm sorry. That's trash to me. I've hated that since I first heard it, because the first time I heard it, I thought something was wrong with my phone. And I remember going into the T-Mobile store with my S9 Plus, and I remember asking the dude, like I was out of town in Kentucky on the road, and I went into the store and I'm like, yo, my phone's broke. I'm not going to be back in Florida for like another week. Like, can you help me out? And the dude is literally doing the phone. He's literally shaking the hell out of the phone. And he's like, no, that's just the camera is just wobbling until you turn it on. Because then you turn it on and it stopped. And I was like, what? Like, I don't know. I thought that was like really wild. So Tech Valor said, I will ask you again tomorrow. Okay, Tech Valor, make sure you text me or hit me up on Twitter and ask me. Savage with the heartbreaking news here. He said, I dropped my Note 20 today and shipped it. Damn, Savage. Sorry to hear that, brother. Savage, do you have the Note 20 Ultra or the Note 20? I can't remember which one you have. Because if you got the Note 20, you should be all right. It's just plastic. But if you got the Note 20 Ultra, then yeah, you kind of screwed on that one there. That kind of sucks. So Papa Bernstein Bear. Hey man, we out here chilling. Let's see. Chilling slang in the sky. I was trying to figure out who Slag was earlier, LaShawn. LaShawn said Slag was good. And I was like, who is Digital Slag? Like, who is Digital Slag? Barry sending condolences. The Savage said he can hear it. Isaac Diaz said, can't hear you. All right. Could I get an audio check? Am I good? I did cut the mic up just for a brief moment so you guys could hear the rattling in the camera, but I cut it back down to where it was before. So you guys should be able to hear me just fine, but let me know. I did move it a little bit closer, trying to make sure I'm not too loud in anybody's ears. Okay, Note 20 Ultra. Yeah, Savage, put a case on that bit. Seriously, put a case. Savage, do you have a screen protector for your phone? Do you have a screen protector for your phone, Savage, in any way, shape, or form? Like in any way, shape, or form, do you have a screen protector? I got first and foremost, he said, my bad, I did say slag, I'm medicated. Yes, I know you are. You are on God's medication. Okay, so he said, now you can hear. Okay, cool. All right, Tech Valor said that sounds great. Okay, good. As long as the audio sounds good. I got a case, but the buttons fell off the case. Savage, what the hell kind of case you got? Like, what the hell kind of case do you have where the buttons fell off? Is it a Tech 21? Because the only way Tech 21 buttons can fall off is if the phone is not in the case. I'm very confused right now. I'm very confused. I need answers, Savage. I need answers before the end of the stream. I need answers to that because that doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Savage, did you drop it when easy? Nope. Gigi, I was thinking it. Gigi, all right. See, me and Gigi on the same page. I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know if boy, the chat is. Let's see. Said, yeah, I put it back in the case. Barry's cracking up. I turned on double tap to wake. But what does double tap to wake have to do with the buttons falling out of the case? I'm so confused right now. I'm so confused. Savage, I'm trying to have you back, but you're not making it easy for me. Let's see. He said it's an armor shield. It's an armor shield case. All right, let's check this out. Armor shield. Stupid Michael. I before E except after C. Note 20 Ultra. We're going to look at this case together, gang. Let's see. Is it the armor suit? Is that what you're talking about? The screen protector you got is an armor suit? Because I don't see an armor shield case. Big Facts Digital Slang, the best medication there is. Let's see. Said, damn, hi, Barry. Hey, Barry, she said what we were all thinking. Like, she said exactly what we were all thinking. Said it is an armor shield. Same thing happened to LaShawn Pixel when I bodied him. Mark, all right. So if y'all have not been paying attention to Mark and LaShawn's back and forth on Twitter, those dudes are hilarious. And Mark, I wasn't playing about my comment I made earlier. I need the plug for where you got that shirt. I need that plug because we Disney pass holders in this house, and I like my Disney merch when I slide down to Orlando. So I need that plug because that shirt was fire. That shirt was fire. No cap. He got that case from 5 and Below. Sir. I resent that comment. I bought stuff from 5 and Below, and it's awesome. I got stuff in this house from 5 and Below. Stop it. He said it is the magnetic one. All right, I'm on Amazon looking for it. Let's see. He said Armor Shield Note 20 Ultra. I'm on Amazon looking. I don't see an Armor Shield case. All I see is overpriced cases that look like that one that TK had. And if that's the case, that is tragic. Exactly. Expensive ass phone and a cheap ass case. There's the only cheap cases that I use on my phones are Rinky cases and speaking cases. And I only call them cheap because they're cheap for what you pay for other cases, such as like this one. This is a $30 case. You add the skin to it, it becomes a $45 case. So I'm not really big on cheap stuff protecting an expensive phone. So yeah. Sean Williams, what's up with you, bro? How you doing, Sean? Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you, man. You know, there's no such thing as late over here, man, because I know Sean will catch the replay. Sean good like that, so I ain't worried about it. Appreciate you for being here, though, brother. Good to see you, man. Let's see. TK's was magnetic. Yeah, TK's was magnetic. It was. Let's see. Savage said it's the real deal. I'm just hard on my case. Okay. That's what's up. Let's see. Isaac is saying the hot water is definitely Shay, you silly. Talking about the hot water is definitely on tonight. Shay, what you think the Steelers gonna do this season, man? What you think they're gonna do? I saw we signed Tebow today, and I could care less. I really don't care about Tebow being signed. Like I really don't care at all. I could give two F's about Tebow being signed. Let's see. All right, so Mark said, do you have a Burlington where you are in Florida? That's where I got the shirt. Everyone asked me about the shirt all day. Mark, actually, there is a Burlington not too far from us. It's about maybe 10 to 15 minutes from us. I'll go check them out tomorrow. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a fire shirt. That's what happens. I had a shirt. It's in my 70-cent super chat dance. I need to probably put it back on for the super chat dance I'll record for Gigi's next stream before Tuesday. But it says, fun fact, I don't care. Every single time I wear that shirt in public, people, where you get that shirt? Where'd you get that shirt? That shirt is so funny. And I'm like, 5 and below. Like 5 and below. Sean Williams looks like Bryce Harper's older brother. I don't know who that is either. Jason C said, Tebow, the tight end. Tebow coming to the team, whatever. So let's see. We done talked about a few things here, man. And I said and more. So we could talk about the MacBook Pro that I got here. So I've been using this MacBook Pro since last week. So hold it up there. So I returned the Mac Mini because I wanted a more portable device. And I got to be honest with you, man. Apple is doing some voodoo with these M1 chips. I'm not really sure. I wanted to get the Galaxy Book Pro 360. I thought that might have been a good device. But after actually messing with one at Best Buy and getting to kind of like tinker with one, it just feels too flimsy for me. Like, it just feels way too flimsy. For some reason, at that price point for what it is, it just feels like it's going to break. If I was to tote it around like I wanted to, it doesn't feel as solid as I was hoping. And then I saw some videos where people were talking about it, and I was like, well, I don't think it's going to be that bad. Went to the store and literally was doing some typing on the keyboard, just messing around in the store. And I promise you, like, you don't even have to try too hard. You can just literally just do your finger like that, and the keyboard just flexes like crazy. Like, it literally goes like it does like that just from typing too hard. It's insane. But it's a nice computer. But this MacBook Pro here, man, I'm curious what Apple's going to do at WWDC and if they're going to actually refresh the 16-inch model, because if they're going to refresh it, bring back all these ports that they're talking about, that's going to be an amazing machine. But, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I got the 8 gig RAM or 8 gigs of RAM version here, and I want the 16, just like me and Eric were talking about last night after Wired Wednesday. I want the 16 because I think 16 is going to be one that you can kind of ride out with and enjoy for a few years, but we'll see. I'm hoping that they come out with one with 32 so you can really, really be straight. Oh, Miggs said he won $8,000 in fantasy football. Oh, man, that's what's up, Miggs. I can take some of your money this year. I like fantasy football. Fantasy football is fun. I'm praying and hoping that we make it to the Super Bowl. You can keep on praying. All right, y'all are having a conversation about Bryce Harper. Yes. Formula One is one of those things that you wouldn't expect to be into until you watch it. Because when me and Gigi first started talking about it last year, I think it was last year, right, Gigi? When me and you started talking about Formula One, we started talking about it, and then the first race of the season, I got my wife to look at it with me, and we're watching it together, and she's in the room like, ooh, like she's on the edge of her seat watching it, and that was her first time ever watched it. So Formula One is interesting, Migs. If you've never really gotten into it, you ought to check it out, man. It's really dope. It's really dope. And the tech that goes into those cars is off the chain, dog. It's crazy. Savage said, I want the 16 gig model too. Right. The 16 gig model, is definitely the way to go. If you're going to get one, that's the way to go. 8 gigs of RAM is good for if you're giving it to somebody and they're just literally doing paperwork and stuff like that. But I use a combination of Adobe Rush and Final Cut, mostly Final Cut. So Final Cut on here is literally running. It's running really good. The only issue that I had with it was because I think it was just a little bit of like the transfer when I was trying to get stuff off my memory card. It was running a little bit slow. But once everything got on the computer, it was like a dream, like butter. So I'm going to be keeping this one. I think Best Buy said I have until the 9th of June because I ordered the 16 gig with the 2 terabytes because I was torn between it or an iPad Pro. I knew I wanted 2 terabytes because I didn't want to buy an extra SSD. And I knew that I wanted something that I can carry around the house, take with me on the road, going in and out of the house or whatever easily. The 16-inch is a nice big computer, but I wanted something that was compact. And by the time I priced it out for an iPad Pro 12.9 with the Magic Keyboard and all that stuff, I was like, I'm better off getting the MacBook Pro. So that should be here by the 4th. Then I can do the transfer from this one to that one and keep it moving, keep it riding out. So it turned out really good, especially with the discount that I get through Apple, with the military discount and stuff like that because of my pops. Like, man, I'm not complaining about it at all. Megs, I'm not finna talk about fantasy football. I brought that up last night. Those guys are essentially driving jet planes on pavement. They got some grapefruits.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
Anybody talking to you? That's why you couldn't hear what I said. Shut up. Sorry. But anyway, so I don't know, man. We got about 15 minutes left. What y'all want to talk about, man? I'm gonna feed off of y'all for a few minutes because I really don't have too much more to talk about tonight about everything. Like, I'm kind of just really chilling right now. We can wrap it up here. ZTE X on them. Let me power this bad boy on. I wish ZTE would refresh this. I really do. Like, I really wish ZTE would refresh this phone because this thing was actually really dope and it was ahead of its time. And I can only imagine if they refreshed it with today's specs. They even got to have an 888. They could have like an 865 plus or 870, I think is the one that's out right now. It could have so many other chips in it, but this would be a really nice thing to see as a refresh. Like, I would really enjoy it. I thought I heard it making a noise here. Battery is low. It was just at 10% when I took it off the charger to bring it in here. What the hell? Hold on, y'all. Trying to get it activated. Did I forget my pattern? Oh, I was about to say. Now, I don't appreciate that. James Ferrer, what's up, Bushman? How you doing tonight? So, Mig said, Fantasy Phone League points would be on what Mike will buy next. SpecTech says she still has her ZTE. That's what's up. Let's see. So, Gigi is in on that, but she don't want to do fantasy football. I can't stand y'all. And then, of course, Scoot. Of course, I knew Scoot would be in on that. What phone do y'all think I want to buy next? Matter of fact, let's have a little bit of fun with that. What phone do y'all think I want to buy next? I know what phone it is. I know exactly what phone it is. And I know exactly when I'm going to buy it. But I want to know, what do y'all think it is? And if anybody can guess it correctly, in the chat, I will confirm it or not. So, hold on, real quick, Genosis. Let me get the Septian. Said, I've been watching Shelly Saves the Day talk about haters. What's going on? Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Genosis said, anything you want to see at WWDC? I want to see what they're going to do with iPad OS. That's what I want to see. I want to see what they're going to do with iPad OS. I want to see if iPad OS is going to take that next step to make it worth buying over a 13-inch MacBook Pro. Because for me right now, I don't want to pay $2,000 plus or even $1,500 plus for the iPad Pro config that I would want. And it's just iPad OS. Like, I would want to see what else Apple's going to do with it, but I don't want to make that investment until I know what they're going to do. It's almost like how Floss put the S20 Ultra last year. I'm not going to buy the iPad for what it could be. I'm going to buy it for what it will be. Right now, the only reason I would buy an iPad is to use LumaFusion, but I've gotten so used to using a computer for editing that I don't want an iPad to edit videos. So I just want to see what they're going to do with iPad OS. Possibly the introduction of maybe the M1X or the M2, whatever they're going to call it. But that would probably be, that's what I'm looking for from WWDC. And that should be, James, I believe that should be at the beginning of June. It's usually like the first week or maybe in the middle of June. So, indeed, Scoop said he chose violence. You choose violence every day, sir. Pixel 6. Now, the Pixel 6 is too obvious. I'm going to get a Pixel 6. That's too obvious. Fold 3 is suspect. I'm not really sure about the Fold 3 yet. Mark, we know I'm getting a 13 Pro Max. We know that. This will be traded in for a 13 Pro Max. Come on now, Mark. Mark, you know me better than that. ZTE Axon 30 Ultra. You know, Migs, the Axon 30 Ultra does look nice, but I couldn't find it online yesterday when I was looking for it. And if I can't easily find it to buy it through like GizStop, Amazon, or Never MSRP, I'm not gonna mess with it. So, yeah, like I said, James, it should be around like the beginning of June, something like that. Apple can't make the software experience too good on iPad because they still got to sell MacBooks. See, Septian, that's what I think, right? That's what I think, Septian. I think that Apple knows if they make that iPad better than a MacBook, that it's gonna take away from it. So I don't know. With the M1X chip, let's see. We shall see what Tim Apple will do. Indeed, we will. LaShawn says the Mi 11 Ultra. LaShawn, you might be hot. Let's see. But like I said, you got to guess the exact one before I confirm or deny. Mi 11 Ultra looks nice, but I don't know how I feel about that camera bump. WWDC is sometime in June. Yeah, sometime at around the beginning of June or something like that. Mark said, no, that's boring. No, the Mi 11 Ultra looks like a really dope phone, especially when you consider that it's one of these on steroids, basically. So I don't see it. Scoop said, iPhone 13 Pro Max trade in when that baby due. Baby is due around November 8th, and I'm still getting it. Janosa said, Google I.O. being live this year. Do you think WWDC will be live as well or pre-recorded? Janosis, I feel like it'll probably be pre-recorded because Apple's first event was pre-recorded this year, and mainly because Apple's pre-recorded events just are second to none. Like, I have yet to see a pre-recorded event since we started the pre-recorded events last year with the pandemic that made me say, wow, like that's nice. Apple it's almost like watching a movie in a way when you look at their pre-recorded events. So I don't think Apple is going to do live events until they can get people back to the event to do it live. But I could be wrong, So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Ivan Cam said, which is why even though the iPad Pro gets more and more powerful, it's hard to see a drastic difference in performance. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's my main purpose for having an iPad Pro. I got the iPad Pro the first when they squared off the edges and it had Face ID in 2018, I think. I think it was 2018 is when I got it. And I really had no problem with it, but I used it for video editing. Travis MCP put me on game with using LumaFusion. And for 2018, all the way up until like 2020 sometime, that was my editing machine. Like, that's how I edited all my videos. But then when I got a MacBook, I started messing around with Final Cut, messing around with Adobe Rush, Premiere here and there to test it. But I more so got comfortable with Rush and Final Cut. And I was just kind of like, the iPad is dope, but I like the computer experience better. I like being able to like sit down at the desk, have the nice big screen. And if I'm going to edit a video or do anything as far as that's concerned, I liked what I was getting as far as the computer goes versus what I got on the iPad. So to me, when I look at the iPad, it actually pisses me off sometimes because it's like the split screen and everything that you get on an iPad generally is what I want on an iPhone, but I don't have it. So I'm not going to carry around an iPhone and an iPad to get what I want on the iPhone. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So that's kind of why I like the new iPad Pro, but I'm not really interested in it. Like I got to go buy one. Like I'm all right. That's why I'm comfortable with buying this last year M1 MacBook Pro. Like I'm comfortable going all in on this because while the iPad continues to get spec bump and refreshed and updates, this MacBook will still be running strong a year from now, 2 years from now. It'll still be doing its job because of how good it's already doing its job. And this is one of the base models. So, that's why I said I want to see what Apple's going to do with the iPad Pro first before I try to even think about buying another one. Because right now, you're just buying an iPad Pro because it has an M1 chip in it. You're not buying an iPad Pro because they added something super significant to it. The mini LED screen, I don't really care about that because the screen was already good as it is. So adding the mini LED just means, okay, it just looks nicer, but whatever. Scoop. Not in agreement. With everything going on and COVID numbers are going down, I think Apple will do a live event with people there at a minimum. They might do that. They might. The numbers are going down for the most part, but got to make sure you remember the numbers are still high and they're still very high in other parts of the world. I mean, look at what's going on in India right now. India is being battered by COVID right now. So, it's a good thing that the numbers are declining, but it's we're still not out of the woods just yet. Mark Coleman is laughing at me. I grew up using laptops, so I'll always use a laptop when I can, but this new generation might want an iPad. No, and that's all facts, Seppi, and that's all facts. I've always been a laptop person. The first computer that I ever bought with my own money was a laptop. Then the first computer that my parents ever gave me as far as use this to do your homework or whatever as a gift was an older laptop. So I've always gravitated towards laptops. And I think that's why to this day, because I'm ADHD and all this other stuff that I got going on, I don't like to sit still. So I can sit down and brace myself to do an edit, or I can sit down and do homework. But when I'm done with that, I want to pick it up and go. And coming from a 16-inch or a 15-inch, with the Razor to this, I thought this was going to be too small. But for the quick stuff that I do with it, it's awesome to just sit at the table. The way our apartment is set up, I literally consider the dinner table doing stuff on the computer, talking to my wife while she's cooking, or in the living room, chilling on the couch while she's behind me at her little desk area doing her homework. It's so awesome. It's truly awesome. Well, shout out to my wife real quick. I'm gonna give her some props real quick. Carrying a baby, dealing with me, working full time, and walking the stage in December. Boy, I tell you, that black girl magic is something serious. Something serious. Shout out the babe. My next step will be moving to Premiere. I use Filmora right now. That's what's up. Savage, are you going to go to Premiere Pro or Premiere Rush? I can't tell you how to go, how you want to do it, but I would always say Premiere Rush is a good way to go if you just want to get used to Adobe, but do it how you want to do it, brother. Whatever works for you. Apple needs to merge iPad OS with iPhone OS. Big facts. Big old facts. iPhone is meh, but I do like Mac OS. Windows pisses me off to no end. Now Linux is coming up in the world. Yeah, it's facts. It's facts. iPhone is meh, but I do like Mac OS. For me, Migs, Windows is cool and clutch if I'm gaming, but aside from gaming, that's pretty much all I can think of using Windows for. And I'm more of a console player anyway. Xbox all day. So for me, I'm not really looking at Windows computers anymore. I want to be able to game. I want to literally do my thing on the Xbox and do my thing on my computer. Plus, I've said this in streams, and I'm going to say it again. The battery on this computer is insane. I'm getting better battery on this computer than I was getting on any iPad I've ever had. So, man, let's see. But sir, I need more than 8 gigs of memory. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. That's why I'm going for 16, Sep. That's why I'm going for the 16. I feel like the way Apple is doing it, 8 is like the old 16, and 16 is and it's 32 for them. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and get the 16, because 16, I've watched plenty of videos, and 16 is enough. If you get an M1 device with 16 gigs of memory, you straight. I don't care what they drop. Apple can drop an M2 with 64 gigs, 128 gigs of RAM in the fall. You're going to be good with the M1 16 gigs of RAM. You're going to be fine with it. First laptop I owned was a compact Presario. Love that ugly ass thing. First laptop that I owned, Sepdog, was an HP Pavilion, I think. I think it was an HP Pavilion. Just to show you how old it was, I had the little button on the side to pop out and put the Wi-Fi card in, and the Wi-Fi card looked like a almost looked like this phone, and you just like just slide it in there, and it had the little antenna sticking out the side of it. That was my first laptop. Seppian has been avoiding me. Oh Lord, oh good God Almighty. Premiere Pro. That's what's up. That's what's up. Damn. Thanks, love. No problem, boss. You know you got a boss. You know you got a boss. Shout out to the wife for sure, the superwoman. Hey man. It's like Pac said, what would we be without a woman? No, I haven't. I got classic strawberry chapstick. See, that's why I like you, Seppian. Seppian said, if I'm gonna kiss you for 4 hours, you're gonna taste good. Something gonna taste good if I'm kissing you for 4 hours. I like that, Sep dog. I'm proud of you, big dog. I'm proud of you. CEO of Chapstick is evil. James Herrera said, IDK, you're able to play on iPad with like Call of Duty and other games with remote. That's true. But I don't know. It's a personal thing for me. I dream of a world where Linux dominates Windows. Huh? Let's see. My first computer, he said HP Pavilion here too. Mine too. I think everybody had that computer. I really do. Like that was I don't know. It was one of them so old computers that like when you press the button, like the lid will be closed like this, right? The lid will be closed like this. And you press a button at the bottom and then the lid would do like this. And then you just lifted it up from there. Like it was an old classic. But the first one that I bought with my own money was this Dell Inspiron.
Here's what I found.
Stop talking to me while I'm trying to do my stream. It was some type of God, what's the name of it? It was a Dell computer, but it had like a red background. It was really dope. It was really nice. Trolling. That account is trolling. I am not even messing with that account tonight, man. Y'all are on one tonight. So, but anyway, man, I see it is 59 minutes and 20 seconds. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about? Any other questions before we jump out of here and get going? Of course, let me do my closing credits and stuff. Like I said, in the description of this video, you will find links to Gadget Chats. That is Tech Valor and Gadget Goddess. I need to update the description because I copied and pasted it. So the one that I have in there still has Miss Pinky, but definitely go check them out. Savage, it may have been an XPS. It may have been an XPS. And for those asking in the chat, it is right here, still here, ain't gone nowhere. So S7 Edge is still in the building, but yeah, Savage, it may have been an old XPS. This was like 2008, 2009. I graduated high school in 2007, so it may have been like 2008 because it was like my first year of college. So yeah, no, Scoop. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Scoop. Now holler at your boy. Holler at Turd Boy. You see that, Dale? Mm-hmm. Ain't gone nowhere. So anyway, we're gonna go and bounce it up out of this thing, man. Everybody stay safe. As always, continue to stay safe, take care of your health, take care of yourself, and all the good jazzy stuff. Tomorrow night, the Ignorant Hours. Make sure you go check out the crew. Everybody will be over there in attendance. Like I said, I will be chilling, enjoying my evening with the wife, but make sure you go check out the usual suspects in the Ignorant Hours. Show you love and support, and hope everybody continues to have a good night. Hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy everything. Also, real quick, before I bounce out, next weekend, it's looking like it's going to be next weekend just because I don't know the work schedule yet of the job that I'm supposed of my job, but it's looking like next weekend might be the Saturday Tech Block Party. So stay tuned. I'll probably put something on Twitter or talk about that. If you guys don't know what that is, Jay Will nominated me to do a 10-hour stream, and I'm going to literally do a 10-hour stream, but I'm going to rotate people in and out, and you ain't got to stay the whole 10 hours. You can literally come in for 30 minutes and say what's good and leave, or you can come in for 10 minutes, whatever. I don't care. It's going to be open to any and everybody. Imagine a tech fight battle royale with no questions, just all day. And I'm going to do it because he volunteered me for tribute, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to make sure the tribute goes through. So that'll probably be next Saturday, more than likely next Saturday, but we'll see. Definitely we'll talk about it next week on Thursday nights with Tech King Mike and also on Twitter and socials and stuff like that. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I see everyone. Let's see. He keeps the old ones, but anyway, that's bullshit. All right, anyway, and that's 7 Edge and Gold, better fingerprint magnet in the history of glossy surfaces. Big old facts. Have a good night and see you tomorrow in the England hours. All right, everybody, enjoy your evening. Of course, you can jump on, boss. Everybody, enjoy your evening. Enjoy yourselves. We'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.